Hey y'all, peace on earth and love and light to you. So, I want to talk about why I love Christianity. I've just seen so many videos like that on YouTube, and for some reason lately they've been just popping up. So, I just feel like it's my turn to tell my reason. And the reason why I want to tell my reason because as this channel grows, you get to know me better, and um, I guess what you go through is what someone else can go. Whatever you went through, you can help someone else. And since Christianity is such a popular religion, so it's really popular in the United States. Most people are Christians in the United States. So um, I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to stay outside. So I might be out here for a little while and then go back in because I know I'm a Taurus, I'm a double Taurus, and you think I'll be like the whole nature type of person. I just think that's more so for Virgos. If it's for Tauruses, I don't know because I'm just not like that, and I'm trying to get more in touch with that side of me or whatever. But so yeah. And I'm always looking over my shoulder trying to see who's coming. Like Raid, go Raid. And Raid is so hard headed. Like he's the only dog that when you tell him to do something, he don't just all the way do it or whatever. Like I try to respect them as beings or whatever. But what? Come on. Oh my gosh, why did I leave Christianity? My reason was kind of simple. When I started to look at the many reasons why everyone was leaving, it seemed like a lot of people have had a lot in common. I was looking at the black people who were saying that they really left Christianity once they found out how Christianity got to them in the first place, and it had to do with slavery and all that. And I feel them on that. And that's something that I learned too. It just wasn't my reason for leaving, because I learned that after I had already left. And then I started hearing people who would say they were searching for a certain religion, and then so that wasn't my thing either. So I could just say that I was born into Christianity because my mom was a Christian, is a Christian. My whole family is Christians. I think I might be the only one on this side that's not a Christian. But bubblegum. So I just think so. When I first that day, I can remember telling my friend, my homeboy, like the day I didn't want to be a Christian anymore. Because one day I found out that Jesus, that letter was no more than 500 years old. I'll say that it's not any more than 500 years old. I found out, not the word, but well, the letter J. Might as well say the word, but the letter J, and how the letter J is not a Hebrew letter. Once I heard that, um, that to me was enough to say I don't want to be a part of it anymore. That was a big lie, because in the Bible that I believed in, that Bible called him Jesus. So my first thought was, when I first looked it up, is it translated for his real name? Then I found out it wasn't a translation. It's more so of a transliteration, not a translation. And I just would hear a lot of Christians and a lot of preachers say Jesus is translated from Yeshua, and it's not. It's not at all. And to me, that was enough for me, and I left. And I told my friend I'm not going to call myself a Christian anymore, because I followed Jesus. I followed Christ. From that day on, I went to pursue who this Jesus was and who this Christ was. And after that, I just started to see, once I saw dates and times, that's what made me say, I'm not fit to claim this religion anymore, because from what I had saw, it was false. When you're a Christian, then you believe in the Bible. I believe I heard some people say they're not all the way Bible followers and they're Christians. Hey, to each their own, but I did. So therefore, in my head, if I wasn't going to believe in the Bible, then I wasn't going to call myself a Christian anymore. If I wasn't going to believe in Christ anymore, then I wasn't going to call myself a Christian anymore. If I didn't like the way Christianity was set up, then I'm not going to call myself a Christian anymore. I saw I saw the way Christianity came about. I read about the way Christianity came about, and it's just funny. I just always thought I was following Christ, and then the more I read up on Yeshua and how Yeshua did his work, and I mean he was anti-religion, and that's what I came to believe, and that's what I came to see. You know, I saw that he was anti-religious. He would not want you to say, I follow him. I believe Yeshua is an ascended master. I don't believe he is the son of God. I don't believe that he was born from Mary. Someone can prove that, and I'll be like, okay, cool, because that's a pretty cool story, and I still use it to this day to encourage myself. Mary and her story. So Mary, I feel like she's like a trooper. She's a soldier, and like that story is really inspiring. So I use that to encourage myself, whether it's true or not. So but I do believe that he walked this earth, and I believe that there's enough of factual evidence to believe that Yeshua did walk this earth, and that he did a lot of great things. And in my life, I go by the things that I have experienced now. So so the things that I have experienced is me connecting with the ascended master Yeshua. He shows up in my life now more than he did than when I call myself a Christian and a follower of his, you know. And I don't consider myself a follower of just Yeshua. I mean, simply because he was a man, and I can learn from him just like I can learn from Buddha, or the Prophet Muhammad, like people say, or his mother Mary, or just like I can learn from Ralph Smart on YouTube. So they're all wonderful beings, wonderful people. So, but I'm not about to follow him exactly. And since I was a little kid, I just always asked a lot of questions. I've always told my mother like certain things in the Bible didn't make any sense to me. When I got around 27 years old, and I'm 30. I'm about to be 36 now. So I started to really dive deep into Christianity, because that's what I thought. I just had all these questions that no one could answer, and I thought being a Christian would solve them, because that's all I was taught, you know. So I dove real deep into Christianity, and the church that I went to is responsible. It's really responsible for where I'm at right now, and because he taught a whole lot about Hebrew, and Hebrew, the Hebrew language, and the Old and the New Testament, and he will always say, if you don't believe me, go and research for yourself. So the type of person that I naturally am, that's what I would do. And sure enough, everything that he would tell me, I would search for those things in the Bible, and it would be exactly the way that he told me. The only thing was, he would be correct in the way he explained those things, and when I went to the Bible, it was there like he said it was. But when I went to the Bible, it wasn't all the way making sense sometimes. And I just always been a very logical type of person. And I can remember the very day I sit on my bed and I was praying, and I prayed to Yahweh, who I call Yahweh now. And I'm not just fixing to say I'm 100% that's what his name is, but I'm pretty confident in saying that that's the name that I want to go by using right now. So I remember the day that I got it, boo. Yeah. I sat down on my bed and I said, I give up. And I told Yahweh, but I called him God then. I said, I give up. I'm going to be like everyone else, because there were not enough answers for me. And they were telling me, don't question, don't question. And I've always heard to question. So I said, I give up. I'm going to be like everyone else. And I dove into Christianity so hard, and I was this super saint, and it's really just the type of person I am. I'm very loyal to whatever I believe in. So I was like what you would call a super saint. One thing about me, I did too much. I never condemned anybody else for believing in what they believed in, but I believed in what I believed in, and I believed if you didn't believe in that, you were going to hell, okay? Because that's how I was taught. I just knew what I believed in was right, okay? It's just what I thought. And it's like, the thing is, I believe what I believed in was right, but I never knew how I was right, you know? I never had this peace that surpassed all understanding like they say I would have. And now I can say that I do, you know? And right now I don't consider myself being a part of any religion. There was a Facebook post today and I forgot what he was talking about. He was really condemning atheists and stuff, saying one day they was gonna have to bow down. You know how Christians talk, some Christians talk, you have to bow down and you're gonna have to like kneel on your knees and like call out to God. Well, if you don't believe there's a God, you probably never do that. Even when time gets hard, you probably never bow down on your knees and say, please, God, help me. Because you don't believe that God is going to help you. I'm just saying, you know. So it's just so funny to me. Certain Christians, and I just said the majority of the ones I've come in contact with, they're really arrogant and selfish in the way that they believe. They just kind of believe that what they believe in is the best. And on that post, he said, somewhere in that post, he said something about, he asked someone, well, without religion, how would you know there was a God and how would you know to pray? And I just answered, before I connected with any religion, before I understood what a Christian was, I always knew that there was a higher power. Ask me how I know. I don't know. I just always knew. I've always prayed to. I've always talked to something that always spoke back with me. And maybe that has something to do with me being psychic. I've always had what would people call it? Well, I've always been psychic since I was as young enough to remember. I've always heard him. You know, I had to strengthen my gift and things like that, but I've always heard him, and since I was really young. So I told him, you don't need a religion to connect or pray or to identify with any deity that you may believe in, because I believe in, you know, like, I believe in Yahweh. I believe that he is a creator. I believe that he is the overall creator of this universe. Together, you can call on your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels, your unicorns, your fairies, your gnomes, whatever you believe in collectively. That is the universe. You know, Jupiter, Earth, Venus, Pluto, collectively, that is the universe. You can call on the universe and vibrate, you know, within the same frequencies as the universe, and bring together a certain energy that's going to help manifest whatever you want, you know. Or it's the same way karma comes about, you know. Whatever you put out into the universe, it will come back that same way towards you. So, and that's how I believe. That's what I believe right now. And then I was gonna cut the video off right there, but my mama today, so my mama today, I asked her, since I saw that post, I went and asked her. I said, Mama, do you think before you could identify with being a Christian, before anyone told you what a Christian was, do you think Christianity showed you who God or Jesus was? Or do you feel like you knew who God or Jesus was before you became a Christian? She said, oh yeah. She was like, I always knew. She said, for some reason, I always knew that there was a God or something in the sky before anyone ever told me what Christianity was. And I was like, I think anyone who believes in a higher power, I think they all have felt that, you know, if they can remember back, you know, as that far, as young as I can remember, being as young as probably my baby, like she's 2, and I just always felt that way, you know. And some people say they never met Yeshua or Jesus until they became a Christian, and that's them. But my mama said, but because my mom was a diehard Christian, okay? She was like, but I need the church. I really like to feel like I'm around people. I need to have that relationship with people. And I told her, well, that's very Libran. What do they call them? Libran. Well, anyways, that's very Libra-like of you to say. I was like, because, she's a Libra. And I was like, Libras really like relationships. And they like to be around other people. And they like to do things with other people. So she was like, oh, really? So the thing is, though, I've asked a lot of people that. And they kind of always say that. But in her case, it was very... I've asked a lot of Christians that, and a lot of Christians would say that about being in a relationship with other people or whatever who are like-minded like you. That's all well and good, but that was very Libra of her. But really, that's why I left Christianity. And my reason for why I left the church is actually different. So that's coming up next. So that is all, you guys. Continue to come and grow with me. That's what we do on this channel. We grow together, and subscribe. Bye.